Are you an empowering leader, or do you consider yourself an empowering leader? Join me in this discussion as we highlight some of the possible signs that indeed you are an empowering leader and how you can be able to foster a culture of continuous learning and development within your teams. As usual, my name is Mary, and I'm glad once again to be joined by Godfrey in this conversation. Thank you, Godfrey, for joining.
Pleasure to be here, Mary.
Yes. We are talking about empowering leader. So what
yes.
does empowerment mean in leadership?
Sure, Mary. So when we talk about leadership, there are different stages of leadership development. So empowerment is just one of the stages in leadership. And when you are a manager, sometimes you will delegate duties to your juniors. And this delegation means that you expect someone to deliver the results, to do the work, to do the task. They might do the task and end it there. That is still delegation. However, when you delegate and you also attach power to it, authority to it, then you are giving power. So therefore, borrowing from that, it means a delegation with authority accompanying the task. It means that staff is going to be empowered. And what it means also is that this staff, beyond carrying out the task, there are several things they can do about the task. They might observe as they execute, how are the different dynamics happening along the task. Do they make any recommendations from where they sit? So again, are you allowing those recommendations to come to you? Are you allowing the staff to observe, make recommendations, and execute the very recommendations without consulting you? Or should they execute, then come and report? Or should they just execute and no need for reporting? So we're therefore discussing about the different levels of authority that you have delegated. Therefore, empowerment is just allowing the staff to go ahead and do what is needful without having to consult you.
Wow.
Yes.
Empowerment leadership. Now, from where you sit as a leadership coach, I know you've really been able to prepare or build capacity of quite a number of leaders or aspiring managers, team leads. Now, what are some of the possible signs? Maybe you can highlight 3 that insinuate someone is an empowering leader.
Yes. So, Mary, when a manager is able to engage with their juniors while allowing them to make decisions without having to consult, that you are demarcating a level with which they can make those decisions, it means you've empowered them to that extent. Secondly is when you encourage input from your juniors and you mean it. You know, sometimes people will want to hear other people's views, only for them to still come and execute what is totally contrary to what was the general view of the team. So encouraging that input also demonstrates that you are empowering the team to front their ideas. Second is when you facilitate and you resource the team. If they need facilitation, you are there to avail, you are there to resource, meaning you are giving them the space to do what they are meant to be doing. And finally, when you recognize and trust your people, your team, it's a demonstration that you've empowered them. You have blessed them, and they are free to do what is needed to be done. Yes.
Like they have the freedom and recognizing their efforts. Interesting. As we wrap up this conversation now, for managers, leaders watching this video, how can they be able to foster a culture of continuous learning and development within their teams so that they are able to bring out that aspect of empowerment in leadership?
Exactly. Mary, learning never stops. Managing people, there is no leader who will say I'm perfect in leadership, because human beings, we are very dynamic and a lot of things do happen. So any manager watching us today, please continuously invest in yourself and learn the bad approaches that may be applied to those older generations. We are changing. even generationally now we are in a different kind of setup.
Yeah, sure.
Relearn what used to work. It might still work today. And continuously learn the new ways of approaching management. So how can we now inculcate this culture of learning and just developing people in the different organizations that people do work? One is to encourage a structured kind of learning. As corporate staffing, that is one of the areas that we have developed a very robust program that covers all levels of management, from managing yourself, managing the transition into leadership, all the way to dealing with conflicts among team members, and even managing a business strategy or a whole department, or if not a whole organization. Yes.
So basically it's about relearning and learning and unlearning.
Exactly.
It's a continuous process.
Exactly. They say the illiterate of the 21st century is one who can't do the three things we are mentioning.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. As Godfrey has put it clearly, it is important to ensure that you keep yourself updated with what is currently working as far as leadership and management is concerned. And this will come in handy even to ensure that you are able to empower your team, because nowadays it's all about the ability to influence, to inspire, and to motivate the team that is responsible or directly or indirectly responsible to you. And we encourage you to join other professionals who have already signed up for our upcoming intake on senior management and leadership skills training, and we look forward to seeing you in the class. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.